Chino had on a mask.
All right. Oh, I'm in charge. Okay. I call the shots, it says. All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Uni of Port St. Lucie. Let's join in singing One Light, please. All right, let's take this time to center ourselves a little bit and just relax. I'm resurrecting the prayer for inner peace, so you're familiar with that somewhat. Take a deep breath and let it go. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. Father, Mother God, this morning we open our hearts and minds to your presence that is within everyone and everything at all times. We let your peace fill our being so that we may be healthy, confident, and strong. We now relax into your loving care and we release all fears, because we trust that you are upholding and sustaining us always. Father, Mother God, right now, we allow your presence to calm us, to quiet the storms of the world around us. And we choose to remain centered in your peaceful presence every moment of each and every day. We let go of every concern as we relax into the safety of your love, because we know that all is well all the time. We know that we live in a friendly universe, and we see it as a sanctuary of love and peace for all who choose to live with an open heart. In a spirit of deep gratitude and love, we give thanks for the complete healing of everything that is not for the highest good of all mankind. And so it is. Amen. All right, let's affirm our mission and vision statement. Which one is first? Mission statement. Together, please. To develop our spiritual connection with God through prayer, education, and service. And the vision statement. Unity of Port St. Lucie is an expanding community for personal healing and spiritual growth. All right. I don't think there's anybody here for the very first time, so just look around, wave at people, say hello, do whatever comes natural. you feel like hugging and you feel safe that way, that's okay with me.
Just don't look weak.
Yeah, that's right.
See who's waving at you. What about the people that didn't wave at you? You didn't wave at them either, huh?
I failed to do this, but we also, of course, want to welcome everybody who'll be watching this at home. We thank you for tuning in, and we're grateful for your attendance and, of course, your contributions. And now let's join in singing our congregational song. Dinah Walker, you were reading the Daily Word. Did you bring your own?
Yes.
Oh, wow. How about
I
that?
got the big print.
Okay.
It helps. August 23rd, 2020. Where is the time gone? It's so fast. The peace of God fills my mind, my heart, and my life. This is inner peace within us. Quiet moments in a fragrant garden, a stroll by a lake or stream, or a visit to any place of beauty inspires a deep awareness of peace. I also enjoy peace in the company of friends, those with whom I have easy camaraderie and deep bonds. Growing in spiritual awareness, I claim inner peace wherever I am. True inner peace comes from deep within me. If I am feeling less than peaceful, I pause and breathe out worry, fear, and unhealthy concern. Giving my full attention to the divine presence within me, I breathe in a peace that soothes my emotions, calms my thoughts, and relaxes my body. As I continue to inhale peace and exhale concern, I move forward with renewed clarity and confidence. Those of steadfast mind you keep in peace. in peace because they trust in you. Isaiah 26:3. And will you share with me today's affirmation? The peace of God fills my mind, my heart, and my life. Thank you.
All right, let's join in singing Surely the Presence in preparation for our meditation, please. And surely the presence of the Lord is in this place because you are in this place and you are an expression of what we call God. So I invite you to relax, make yourself as comfortable as possible, relax your mind, your body, your emotions, and feel the peace we just heard about. Breathe at a pace that is comfortable for you. And open your heart as you continue to relax. And feel your connection to that indwelling Spirit of God and to all others who are in this sanctuary today. Your connection to those who are watching, will be watching this on YouTube. Your connection with all life. In fact, with everything that exists, because it is all God. Feel that love of your spirit and allow that love to expand and merge to cover the entire town, state, and the globe. Welcome to my world, so speaks your soul. Welcome to a heart that beats with the rhythm of the universe. Welcome to perfect peace, joy, and love. That is the core of you and all of creation. Allow the words I'm about to speak to guide you on your path. You may wish to repeat my words silently to yourself. This day I agree to become a gift of love. I choose to love myself just as I am right now. I now allow the love to permeate every cell and fiber of my being. I cease my struggle for self-improvement because I understand that self-improvement can add wings to a caterpillar, but only love can create the butterfly. And so I accept my inherent perfection, and I choose to love myself, and I accept a fully awakened consciousness. I silently send my love to every person I meet. And I now accept the truth that everyone is a spiritual being, regardless of what they may say or do in this world. I trust that all that I need is being given to me every day. And I'm so very grateful for my full experience of the truth. And I invite you now to enter into a period of silence and feel the love of your inner being. Feel the gratitude for all the good that is in your life as you go into the silence now. And now I invite you to slowly return your conscious awareness to this time and place, and take with you whatever peace and love that you have felt, and know that you are loved, and loving. Give thanks that you truly know that you are God with skin on, and that you are worthy of every good thing. And go forth into your daily life with the intent to be the most loving expression of God that you're capable of. And in so doing, you are helping to heal the world. Now open your eyes when ready, and let's join in singing Alleluia. Thank you, Jeff. So it's good to be up here this morning. I love it. Good to see live faces. I've spent quite a bit of time with Jensen Beach Unity because we were trying to find a way to do a Zoom service because they basically closed the church most recently and had some technical difficulties. And we started off getting more and more complex and then realized that was never going to work because they didn't have anybody there that could do complex. So then we went back to very, very simple. And I think we finally got it. So anyway, I like to start with a little bit of humor. And I think it's become a habit with everybody up here, isn't it? Gary did it last week. I know Ron used to do it all the time. But there's this guy he was driving around the back roads of Pennsylvania, Amish country. I used to do that in Ohio, and it was a lot of fun, going past all those farmsteads with everything beautiful, laundry hanging out, and the horses plowing and things like that. And this guy's driving around, and he sees approaches this one driveway, this farm, And he sees a big sign out there, talking dog for sale. And so he said, hey, I'm going to stop and check that out. You know, what, probably some gas there. And he goes and knocks at the farmhouse door, and the owner opens up, and bearded Amish fellow, I see you have a talking dog for sale? Yep. Well, can I see him? Sure. He's in the back in the yard. Just go back there. He's in the backyard. The guy goes back there, walks into the yard, sees a nice black lab there. And he goes up to him and says, I hear you talk. Yep, I sure do. What? So the dog, he says, okay, what's your story? I mean, you know, talking dog is a bit unusual. The dog says, well, you know, when I was just a little pup, my owner brought me here, and I began to realize that I could understand human language, and eventually I got to talk. And I found this very, very useful. As I got a little older, I decided this could be handy for the government. And I approached the CIA and told them about my talent. They says, oh yeah, we can use you. And so what they did, they kind of dressed him up as a service dog, and he would go along with his, quote, handler, to go to various important meetings around the world. Every week he went someplace else, you know, and he would, the handler would leave the room, and then the dog would listen in on the conversations that went on when his boss wasn't present, and he would report back. So that went on for about 5 years, he says. And then I got tired of that, he says. And I came back here, but then I heard that they needed a good dog for security over at JFK. And so I went and applied, and of course, with all my medals I got from the CIA, they said, of course, we'll take you, we'll be happy to have you. And I would just wander the various concourses, and you know, anytime I saw a suspicious character, I would kind of go over and listen in, sort of, you know. And then I would report back, and we caught all kinds of nasty guys because of my reporting to them what was going on. And this guy's impressed, and he says, well, you've had quite a history. This is amazing. But your owner wants to sell you. He says, yeah, unfortunately. I kind of settled down here, had a few pups, and now I just want to relax. So the guy goes back to the farmhouse, and he knocks on the door and says, okay, how much do you want for this talking dog? The farmer says, $10 and he's yours. $10 for a talking dog? With all his history? Yeah. Did he tell you about that CIA thing and all that stuff? It's nothing but a darn liar. I don't want anywhere near me anymore. Okay. So, ask how you can help. This whole thing came about as a need to reflect on my life. So it may apply more for me than it does for you, but listen, see what you think. You know, back in February, I was up here and I presented the lesson titled A New Decade, A New You, and of course we were looking at a bright new future and all that sort of thing. Little did I know then that we humans, in concert with each other, would create some serious opportunities to look at life and see what's really important for our life personally, for maybe the country, and for the world at large, right? I'm not going to talk about the social issues, the upheaval we've experienced in this country, but what I'm going to talk about is my reaction to this COVID thing and all that. And for the first time in my life, I actually acquired a high status. I'm at high risk status for dying if I catch that darn bug. So, but it did get me to do some really serious soul searching. And a while back, Reverend Linda, you may recall, she gave a talk on death and dying, okay? And I remember she had talked with me about it and said, do you think this is appropriate to even talk about that? I mean, in unity, we all live forever, right? Nobody ever dies, metaphysically speaking. And I said, absolutely, it's something that probably should be addressed because we all have egos and they're, you know. I remember, though, when she was talking up here, I felt very uncomfortable in my gut. You know, I might have said that I'm not afraid to die, but there's a part of my ego is definitely afraid of that. So I took the time to reflect on a couple of things, a couple of ways of going into through life, or The first one was actually, what if I died from COVID? And the second one, what if I go on for another 10, 15 years of a fairly productive life? Now, most of us believe that we are spiritual beings in expressions of what we call God in this suit of flesh and bones. And starting at conception, of course, universal intelligence takes all the nutrients that come from the earth and builds it into a body that gets bigger and bigger until we get to be full grown. The only trouble is, sooner or later, we got to give it back, because nothing leaves the earth. So, now, my dear wife here is a bit fanatic about protection from this virus, and I've become more careful because of that. But I began to wonder why. What is really going on about this whole thing? Am I afraid to get sick? Yes, I'm a bad patient. I don't want to get sick. Am I afraid to die? Yeah, I found that out when Linda talked. And I'm sure my ego is still just as scared of it as it was then. Now, some of us have been around here for a while, and we may not feel very purpose-driven. And not to be morbid, but I ask myself, what's with this fear I'm experiencing? Why is it so important that I should stick around on this planet? What am I going to do with my remaining years? Personally, I don't have any close family. The closest family that I had, relationship-wise, actually is in Switzerland. And I have had very few opportunities to go back and visit and really build a relationship that is meaningful. So if I passed away tomorrow, I doubt that she might get a card, but that's about it, okay? So, and there may be, other than my wife, there may be one or two other people that might like to see me hang around for a while, but that's questionable. And let's face it, it won't be that much longer anyway. It's not like my time horizon is way out there, right? So, what's this really important reason for me to hang around? So I'm going to move from the philosophical to the metaphysical. Seems to me there are two paths for us earthlings. We can continue to miscreate in the many ways that we're doing right now, across the globe. Or we can begin a new way of living. And my soul searching came to this conclusion. I can make a case for protecting myself, and I don't really want to give my wife an opportunity to take the money out of my mattress and go, chat around the world with some young stud. So, but aside from that, I'd like to do something with my remaining years that transcends my personal needs, something that's going to benefit the whole planet. So I asked, how can I help? And it's not just me. Regardless of age, I would suggest that each one of you take a look at your life. Because each one of us can bring an important gift to this world. And it's very much needed. And it's not about taking another cruise when things return to normal. It's not about the next dinner dance or bingo game. It's not about going back to eating at the favorite restaurant or shopping at the mall. Now, I know that many of you make a big difference in the lives of kids and grandkids and other people. You have strong family ties. But let's face it, everyone on earth has to live their own life. And anybody much younger than us, they're going to continue on long after we're gone. And most certainly our lives can include all of the above things. We absolutely have to take care of our mental, emotional, and physical needs. But I think we can all do more. We need to give higher priority to our spiritual growth. Each one of us took a body to express our soul's creativity, and if we do this properly, we actually help to heal the world. It's just a natural outgrowth. But some of us may think, well, I'm over 60, I'm not even aware of any obvious talents. And I understand that. I often wonder if my speaking on a pulpit is really doing anything for anybody, or if I'm just providing some entertainment for a little while. So, here's how I see it. We may not have family, we may not sing, play, teach, We may not even be aware of any obvious talents that are driving us. But each one of us can make a greater difference to life on earth if we choose to do so. Are you paying attention to this world? Are you really looking around and see what's going on? I know there's an awful lot, and a lot of it is not good. I believe for human life to continue to thrive on this planet, we're all going to have to change something in how we live. Let me remind you of a few healing needs on this planet, okay? We got the climate, polluted waters. Talk about polluted waters. I recently got a Consumer's Reports, and the title on the title front page was I think it was something like how not to eat a lot of plastic, okay? Because they found that even bottled water with good names on it had microplastics in it. So what other things? Environmental destructions, gross income inequality, poverty and hunger, inadequate or no health care for many, drug abuse, religious wars in general, human trafficking, corrupt governments. Folks, we got a lot that needs to be healed on this planet, and it's only going to happen through a shift in consciousness. You can't legislate it. So, my friends, you may have personal reasons, and many of them, for protecting yourself from this COVID thing. But every one of us is needed to help solve these problems that I've mentioned. And together, all together, we can change the planetary consciousness. Beyond fulfilling our personal needs, we can give a gift to the world that is needed more than anything else. So what can we do? I suggest we use any extra time from being locked into our homes by COVID for your spiritual quest. I'm doing it. The greatest gift that you and I can give to this world is to learn to truly love ourselves. Okay, I'm firmly convinced that each one of us who can love themselves totally, unconditionally, without reservations, is raising the vibration on this planet so high that it has an enormous impact. I just want to, not part of my, but I'll briefly expand on this a little bit, because my personal experience, I think for about a little bit over 40 years, I have consciously sought to learn to love myself. And I've made progress. But it's been a long, challenging path, okay? And I'm not there yet. I've gotten a lot better, particularly in the last few years. And in the English language, you use the word love for everything. I love French fries. I love God. Not exactly the same thing, right? And the only way that you're going to find out what love, true love, really means is if you experience it. And I'm sure many of you have had moments of it. I'll give you an example of one that has been, I'm not going back 40-some years because I had an experience that lasted for 2 months. But a couple of weeks ago, I was over at the Publix grocery store. I had picked up some water from the machine outside. I got in my car and I started exiting the parking lot. And all of a sudden, I felt this incredible, and the word love is probably a poor thing, but it's the best I can think of. It was like stepping into a pool of pure love. I just felt totally immersed, and in the moment, it only lasted for a few seconds, I remembered easing off the gas pedal and just sort of coasting in the parking lot towards the exit. And I just, all I can say is, when you feel that, even for a few seconds, you want to stay there. This means more than anything the world could offer you. And I know I've read many these near-death experiences that people have had, and many of them have had the same kind of experience when they went to the other side, in a sense. They were certainly death to some degree. I don't know what the stages are, but they experienced that, and many of them come back and say, I didn't want to leave. It felt so good. And that's what true love feels like. But it's highly unlikely that this is not something we're going to carry through this world, because if we were in that stage, we would never have to come here. We came here to experience life in a world, physicality, with all its trials and tribulations. But the more we love ourselves, the more we can help every person we meet, and that's how we can heal this planetary consciousness. So let's commit to bring forth into our life our greatest peace, our deepest love, and our most abundant joy. And let those kinds of qualities be the underlying consciousness for everything that we see and do in the world each and every day. We can do no greater thing to help heal the world from all its miscreating. So my friends, ask yourself, am I protecting myself from COVID out of fear, or because I want to help heal this world? Decide now to help heal the world. It's simple. Look upon every person, every animal, every plant, every physical object with a look of love that acknowledges the God within them. Because everything has God consciousness in it. It's just a matter of degree. Rocks have it. They may seem dead, but they don't. They're not dead. There's vibration in there, and that is God consciousness. Bring all the peace, love, and joy of your indwelling spirit to every person you meet and to every activity you engage in. Your example will in time help others understand that there's only one source or consciousness that expresses as all physical and non-physical creation. Now we in Unity, most of us call it God. It's in you, it's in me, it's in everyone and everything, both seen and unseen. And when you and I look upon every person and every animal and every plant and every object in all creation with that love that acknowledges God within them, we do more to heal this planet than anything else we could possibly do with our actions. Okay? Because that's changing the consciousness, and when the consciousness changes, all the action changes. So let's take any extra time that this COVID thing might bring us to meditate, pray, to visualize the fullest expression of that infinite love, power, and wisdom that heals all things, including COVID-19. It's the greatest gift that you and I can give to ourselves and to the whole world. And thank you for listening. Stay well, and namaste. All right. Oh, good music coming.
open door. I believe I can fly. 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 I believe I can fly.
Thank you, Jeff and Linda. Fabulous. This is a beautiful rendition of that song, one of my favorites. And if I didn't believe it before, I believe now that I can fly too. It's great. So nice to have real life music. It doesn't quite sound the same at the other end of a Zoom meeting, you know. The thing sort of warbles a little bit. Okay, so this is the time in our service when we share our gifts and love offerings. And I already put mine in back there. Remember, the plates are back there. And just let's affirm together our love offering blessing. Together, please. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love because I love to give. All right. All right. I'll mention you later. Okay. Linda Woodcox, prayer chaplain, right? Okay, she's right back there. Okay. Always good to get some. She's a fabulous prayer, and Dinah, too. You're going to be doing it? Okay. All right. Good. Stacy, wonderful. She called me not too long ago. She's wonderful. It's great to get those. Anybody not like those prayer calls? Anybody not get them? If you're getting them, you need to sign up for them. Okay, yeah, that's great. That's great. Always seem to come at the right moment. So, okay, what do we got next? Prayer circle. Still going on. I often join that Thursday morning. It's a good one. It's always sort of the same group, 5, 6 people, but always good and uplifting. And is Lana still doing that? Okay, okay. Yeah, I guess. She did, oh, and Sherry's doing the Friday Book Club. Okay, next meeting September 4th. Infinite Possibilities. Okay, John Hayes is September 1st. Ah, that's not too far away. Next Sunday, special guest, Jeff Shepard. Wow, hey, how about that? Hey, yeah, reserve a front row seat here. Yeah, say a little. What are you going to talk about?
Oh, it's going to be about we're not standing alone. And even though the choir does that song, I'm going to explain where that song actually came from in my life and how it pertains to everyone. The seeds that we plant and the seeds that have been planted for us.
Great. Sounds interesting.
That's all you get.
All right. That's good. Thank you, Jeff. All right. All right. Now we want to thank everyone. Okay. How many board members are in here? Raise your hand. Okay. Monica, John, and of course Sherry and Linda, right? Yeah. Sherry's been carrying the ball for so long now, haven't you? As the president. It's just, yeah, it's amazing. But, and John as the treasurer, we got to give them credit, you know. We wouldn't be able to function. And of course, the beautiful musical team. And our videographer over there. Good to have that. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So, okay, what do we got next?
Can I remind the choir?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'd like to remind the choir that we are having rehearsal this Wednesday at 6 sharp. 6 p.m. Don't show up at 6 a.m. I won't be here. 6 p.m.
Okay, I also got to thank my dear wife. I drafted her to be my the assistant through the whole service, not just for the little few slides I had. I says, well, I only got 4 slides. You might as well do the whole thing. And she said, okay. Good. All right. Is it time for the peace song? Yeah. All right.